Good evening and welcome to the Radical SR8 Championship. Round 2 takes us to Zolder in Belgium. I am Tom Cairns in the commentary position. Alongside me is Jim Cunningham, who's going to take us for the ride around this brilliant racecourse. We've got 3 races lined up for you. The first 2 being 15 minutes long each, and the last one being 20 minutes with the bigger chunk of points being awarded. And so we had the first round last week at Alton Park. It was a climax that we all enjoyed. There were some retrospective activity, though, in relation to the race results shortly afterwards, but it has been amended. And with the amended results, we can have a look at the championship standings following the first round. The pros and the AMs have not been declared yet. That doesn't come until after this round is done. But looking at the top of the table, it is John Hutchison who leads the way on 61 points. That includes his 2 victories. He picks up in races 1 and 2. Then it's Matthew Richardson in second place on 48. Then it's Paul Veazey in third position on 47. Then it's Josh Reed in fourth on 40, tied with Jack Veazey, actually. I think that's a different driver at the top. Who's in third place there? Just it's very tiny right in there, Jim. You may have to fill me on that. Paul LeMay, that's it. Thank you very much. Jamie Byrne in 6th place on 38. Then it's Eric Harmon in 7th on 31. And it's Danny Beauchamp in 8th with 30. The top 7 are by Luke Tennyson and Luke Maxwell, aiming to improve. The reigning champion, Mike Bousson, all the way down the table with just 1 point to his name in 21st position. We'll have a look at the calendar for this championship. We mentioned Alton Park, which we raced at 7 days ago. Tonight is Zolder, and it's off to Sonoma Long in a week's time on the 17th. It's to Road America, the gorgeous Road America course, and it's off to Nordschleife, where it'll be just 2 races being held, 4 laps each, and then it's to Interlagos on the 8th of December, of which it's hosted its latest Formula 1 race. Then it's to Mount Panorama in Bathurst on the 15th of December, and Road Atlanta hosting the last round before we hit Christmas Day. Sebring on the 29th, and then the final round of the season will be on the first Monday of 2026 at the historic configuration of Monza. What a way to kickstart the new year. Let's bring Jim into the commentary booth. I know you just heard him briefly speak, but now let's chat to him for real. Jim, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. Yes, the points thing was very small because we had everybody fit on one page since they hadn't been split yet. But yeah, man, we're here at Zolder. Last week was interesting. Of course, we had the little fuel disaster on the last lap of the race, but they straightened all that up. And just for people at home that understand this, John McCutcheon explained that, you know, this league is not set up to where you should have to conserve fuel to get to the end of a race. It's designed to have enough fuel in the cars so that you can go flat out for the entire time. And there was a mistake made with the amount of fuel that didn't allow probably half the field to finish the race on the fuel given. And so they amended the results, backed it up 1 lap so that everybody was still full on fuel, and set the points accordingly. So that's like Tom said, it's all been settled, and we're ready to roll into the chicanes of Zolder.
Absolutely. And Luke Maxwell, who has won here in the past a couple of seasons ago in the Radical SR8 Championship. He was briefly on pole position. We are with Luke Maxwell as he enters the right-hander. There are a few chicanes around this course. This is one of the so-called chicanes. It's probably the fastest chicanes, but this is the last point where they will miss the Jackie X chicane. And it looks like Luke Maxwell's gone straight to pit entry, so that's not the way to tackle it for real. But he would normally be going to the right of your picture onto the pit straight.
Well, it would appear that several of them are going into pit road. I guess we got about 30 seconds or so left in qualifying. Man, McCutcheon is flying right there. Yeah, this is the first time that we're really getting a good look at qualifying. We were kind of late getting in last week, if I'm not mistaken, and we didn't take a look at qualifying. They have switched now. We used to do everybody on track at the same time, qualifying, and now we are doing lone qualifying. So you won't see any of the other cars in the picture. We're jumping around everybody's out on track at the same time, but they're all running an individual lap, and as qualifying comes to an end. So yeah, a little different change. That way we don't have other drivers impeding each other and things like that. So yeah, that's kind of neat.
And it's John Hodgson who takes the second pole position in as many weeks with Jack Veazey alongside. And it's Luke Maxwell and Danny Beauchamp on the second row with Paul May and Matthew Richardson next. Eric Harmon and Paul Crabbe on row 4, followed by Mike Bousson and Jamie Bird, who round out the top 10. And it's Mena de Graaf and Eric Colleen on row 6. Steve Webb and Darren Nunn, the two Orange Army racing marshals, on the 7th row of the grid. Stefan Millis and Luke Tunison on 15th and 16th. And then it's Ben Gregory and Michael Cho on the 9th row. Mikel Lecco, making his debut this evening, is in 29th, and Mike Mann and Totis Fasilias, who competed for the first time last week, didn't do very well, but he hopes to improve this time around.
Yeah, and well, let's see. Let's get the camera on the grid here. We're probably about to go. Well, we're waiting on a few guys. Yeah, there's been some talk in the Discord, some new guys, trying to get up to speed, and a lot of the more veteran guys helping them out with certain turns and stuff on the track. It's such a great community. As we get ready here, just about got everybody on the grid. We're waiting on the superstar from last season, Mike Bousson, legend in his own mind.
Well, he's got a lot to improve on from last week as Mike Bousson. It's very unlikely to see him perform the way he did. But I think everyone is on the grid now, Jim, and we are good to go. Just waiting on Luke Tunison to make it to his 16th place grid spot. And do get involved in the live chat if you ever so to do so, and we'll kindly answer your comments as the races go on. The Dutchman of Tunison is on the grid now, and we are good to go for the first race this evening in the Radical SR8 Championship at Zolder. The red lights are coming on now. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lights are on, lights off, it's go, and it's a good start from John Hodgson. So, likewise for Luke Maxwell. It's carnage at the back, multiple cars involved. A lot of them going up in the air. Absolute mayhem at the start. It all started with a tangle. Didn't quite see who kick-started that, but that was absolutely horrendous. Steve Webb has got involved in it. A terrible shame for him. I think Darren Nunn, likewise. Eric Harmon might have been the one spinning around to begin with, but a lot of cars affected there, Jim, as John Hodgson leads out of Maxwell and Veazey.
Yeah, once this thing settles out, we'll go back and look at that. All I saw it looked like Mike Bousson shooting across the track, but obviously that wasn't Bousson because he's still in the mix here. Oh my goodness!
Carnage again. Sorry, Jim. Maxwell spun and he's taken Veazey with him. Two of the informed drivers from last week have come to blows at the chicane. The first of the chicanes around this circuit. It gets even better for John Hodgson. He'll make life easier for him. But the carnage doesn't stop there. There's more mayhem at the Villeneuve chicane.
Yeah, that looked like it was Stefan Mellis maybe was involved in that.
Yeah, Mellis seems to have got through there. There's going to be plenty of activity in the pit lane. And there we see John Hodgson in the lead. Paul May up to second place. He started from 5th position. Matthew Richardson started 6th up into 3rd place. Danny Beauchamp is in the same position as where he was on the grid. Paul Crabbe and Jamie Bird have made a brilliant ground. Stefan Millis, 15th to 7th already. A great start. Mikel Lecco on his debut. He's up from 19th to 8th.
Yeah, that's quite a move there. Of course, wow, he's flying, man. This guy, I don't have any information on him, but man alive, he's moving right now. All right, let's see.
He's dropped down the order a little bit. Mena de Graaf has moved up the order into 8th position. Mike Bousson is in the same spot as where we was on the grid. 6 or 7 drivers have been affected from the first lap mayhem. Right. At least some of those are at the back of avoided. Go on, Jim.
Let's see. I'm going to try to go back here and see what happened. It does look like Eric Harmon was involved in this at the start. Let's see what's probably the best camera angle. You know what? It might be Chopper.
Yeah, I think this will be the best angle to look at it. So Eric Harmon, who starts from 9th on the grid, is going to get a start here. I think the start's fine. A minimal amount of wheel spin there from Harmon. There you could just see someone just cutting across on Harmon.
Oh, it's way up there.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, someone's cut. So if you just look further on, Jim, on the top of the camera, Hartman basically gets dragged out of the way. It might have been Paul Crabb that cut across on him, and that was what kickstarted the mayhem.
Yeah, the camera switched to, it went behind the, let's try this one. We got 2 chopper views here. See if we can, one more time.
If you just go via an onboard, Jim, that might be easier from Harman.
It might end up being, you're right, but I want to see real quick here what happens.
Yeah, he gets cut across. That's not Harman's fault at all.
No, that was, wow. All right. Gee whiz. All right, so let's go back live real quick. And then there was that other incident that involved Luke and Jack Beasy. Let's see that real quick. Why don't I set this up to go?
Maxwell got on the curb.
Oh, yeah. It's just, oh, man. Yeah.
Beasy had nowhere to go there, unfortunately.
That was just one of those deals. All right, let's see what's going on live, and then we'll see if we got the other replays to look at.
It doesn't look like Vee's has gone any further in this one, so he's effectively out of this. The top 16 score points in the first race, and it feels to me like those at the back will feel like they've got no chance of scoring, but they might as well keep going. You never know with any future non-finishers in this one. Matthew Richardson in third place, under attack from Danny Beauchamp, who is continuing to light up the timing pages from what we've seen from him in the first couple of rounds this season, and he's making light work of it. Matthew Richardson continuing to impress, kickstarting from what happened at the back end of last season when he was in the AMS, and it feels to me like he's ready to be in the pros, Jim.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. It's like we talked about last week. You know, he was good last year, but he just didn't stand out. And so far this year, he has really, really stepped it up. Young guy, we talked to him last week. If I'm not mistaken, I don't even think he's 18 years old yet, is he?
I wouldn't be able to answer that.
I thought we had talked to him about being a marshal or something, and he said he couldn't. Yeah. He wasn't a marshal yet because he wasn't 18 or something like that.
Yeah, that's come back to me now. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He did mention that when we interviewed him after the 3 races were done last week.
You're supposed to be the one in this duo that has the good memory. Just so you know.
Jim, it's been a long day for me.
That's true. It has been a long day.
It's been a long day with all the traveling I've been involved in.
Just so you folks know, yeah, Tom was working this weekend, and he got back in. He texted me this morning and said that he might make it back. And he literally got on a train, had about a 4-hour ride, and got off and walked straight in to do the commentary. So that's been the kind of day it's been for him.
I had to get the bus as well because one of my connection trains was cancelled, so I had to basically get a bus from a nearby bus station and arrive back that way. So, but yeah, it's been one of those days for me. Not the best of luck, but hey, let's hope that this can cheer me up a little bit. And there we see Richardson and Beauchamp lapping. I think that's Steve Webb. They're just going through that.
I believe it is Steve. Yep. No, there's Steve Webb there.
That must be Darren Nunn then, because Darren Nunn's further up the road.
That's correct. Darren Nunn. Yep.
Well, no, I think it might have been Bo Gregory. They've basically got similar liveries.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We got all of them in here today, don't we? Speaking of that, we got a second here. We'll focus on Matthew Richardson, part of the Orange Army. I've got a video that I'm going to try to post a link to that Steve Webb gave me that you can click on and watch if you have any interest in becoming a marshal. It's like a little 4-minute thing about how you can become a marshal, what you can expect, the kind of race action you can see. Look at this move here by Beauchamp. He is flying, man. Yeah,
Richardson doesn't look confident off the corner there on that alternate section leading onto the pit straight. It feels to me like Beauchamp's got more confidence out of there, and it's paid dividends this time around. On lap 6, he makes his way up into third place. Richardson, he's going to fight out with him. It's likely that these two are going to be fighting over the final podium spot. Looking further up ahead, Paul LeMay is run about a couple of seconds off John Mahutson, who's gone in for his 3rd win from 4 races this season. It would have been a hat-trick had the original results stood in race 3, but I think John Mahutson was generous enough to allow the penultimate lap to decide the race result on that occasion.
Once he explained it, I thought it was very fair, because if the series is not set up for you to think about conserving fuel, then that was the right thing to do, and I think that was really cool. Certainly he's not worried about the win, one way or the other. I mean, guy's probably one of the most decorated men in all of radical racing, so I don't think he's too concerned about that.
And there we see that's Michael Cho in a fight with Mikhail Leko. Looks like someone's gone through the gravel there. It might have been Leko actually.
I think it was Leko, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Mike Mann he was fighting with. That's Leko's made another mistake at the Villeneuve chicane, and that's enough for him to drop down the order. And that's him down to the 13 after a blinding start for Leko.
Cool. I'm sorry, that was a cool camera angle. This is the first time I've used the Zolder alternate pack, and man, that was a kind of a cool camera angle there. I like that.
It was a good camera angle, I agree. 8.5 minutes through this one, got 6.5 minutes remaining. When the 15 minutes eclipse, that is essentially the final lap for John Hodgson. It's not 15 minutes plus 1 lap, it's 50 minutes, and whatever lap the leader is on, that is their final lap. We'll ride on board with Luke Tunison, then that retro livery of the Williams F1.
Yeah, we were in debate last week whether it was Nigel Mansell or Alain Prost livery.
I think it's Mansell's, because when I think of Prost livery, it has the Sega sponsorship on it.
Oh, there you go.
Whereas when Mansell was racing for Williams, it didn't.
Yeah, that's true. He did not have the Sega livery. Sega on his livery. No, he did not. This is a good little battle right here.
Tunison around the outside. This is over at the Jochen Rindt corner. And there we see the two head through. Mellis has done a terrific job so far. This is the best I've seen from Mellis in a long time. Up in P7. Tunison riding the curbs. Not afraid to tackle them around here. I'm sure he's had some experience elsewhere, whether it be in these machines or in others. Of course, we'll see how they get on in the remaining races of tonight. The top 5 finishers get reversed for race 2. The man sitting in 5th place is Paul Crab. That's Tunison getting way out of shape there. Way out of shape. And that's enough for Mike Busson to take advantage of going through into P8.
Yeah, that's, well, I mean, obviously, Mike had a horrible week last week. Obviously, Jamie Bird, there's Jamie right there.
It's the kind of incident we usually see from Jamie Bird. As fast as he is bound to make mistakes like that, unfortunately. But he has got back on circuit. Not too much harm. He was about to lose it, and as he caught the curb, it just further compounded the problem, and down 3 or 4 positions go.
He did a fancy spin to get it face back in the right direction. Yeah, Jamie's fast, but he does occasionally make a mistake here or there for sure. But he sure is fast.
We'll see if Jamie Bird can actually recover from that. Busson at least has made another position as a consequence of Bird's mistake. 7th place he goes, and Mellis up to 6th.
I'm sorry. Tennyson recovered fast, man. Look, they all went by him, and now he's back right on Busson's tail, just like that.
No, he's absolutely attacking.
He's flying.
Mellis. And there we see Busson and Tunison nose to tail. We will go back to live images. We've just seen a replay of Mellis and Busson. And now we go back to live images. There is Jamie Bird in 10th position. And Tunison now running in 8th place. I think Busson's got by Mellis, and he did so before Villeneuve. Tunison had to get out of it. And Busson's exit out of Villeneuve wasn't great. And Mellis was able to find a way back through on him again. Yeah,
indeed. That was... These three are having a nice little battle back here as I'm looking through the rest of this. Is clearly the best battle on the track right now. Although I will say, I'm going to pop up here real quick. Beauchamp, who is continuing to fly, has caught Paul LeMay. And that's not easy to do. Paul's fast.
Well, through goes Beauchamp on Richardson. Well, he is still ahead of him. I think he's been ahead of him for some time. He's now caught LeMay. I was looking at the wrong battle there on the timing tower, but Busson's got past Tunison. Well, he's ahead of Tunison anyway, but he's ahead of Mellis, and Mellis is down to 8th position. So Mellis is beginning to fall back a little bit now as we enter the closing stages of race 1. Hudson continuing to lead. I would say we've got 2 more laps to go at the end of this one. So there's still time for moves to be made. Paul Crabbe sitting comfortably in 5th position, looking good for a reverse grid pole.
Yeah, this is better over here. It gets us out of the way of the timing tower.
Steve Webb has been in the wars as well again. I don't want to further compound his misery because we've still got 2 more races to go, but that's affected the end of this race for Steve as he hopes for better luck in race 2, which will come as soon as this concludes.
Yeah, here comes Beauchamp making a move right here. Oh, LeMay got wide.
He did, and he put a wheel in the gravel, did Paul LeMay, and he's able to hold on.
Wow, he got, man, I'm not going to say that. Well, he did a great job saving that, but he's lucky that that Beauchamp didn't capitalize on that. But he kept his foot in it. I'll give him that.
He's done well to keep hold of 2nd place Paul LeMay, who was one of those going for the victory in race 3 at Alton Park 7 days ago. He's aiming for another podium finish coming into this 3rd in the championship. He's hoping he can stay in the hunt for as long as he can with John Hudson. It feels to me like Hudson has regained the form that he once had.
Well, he said he was
season
back,
5.
if you remember. We
Yeah.
When we interviewed him last week, he made no bones about it. He came right out and said he was back. I told him he must have quit playing Le Mans Ultimate. And, oh, that's got to be a slowdown. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Yeah, Miss Mena de Graaf. Yeah, it's Mena de Graaf who cut the chicane at Villeneuve. That will most likely see Bird go past. But we are now on the final lap of the race. There is John Hudson on his way to win number 3 of this season.
Yeah, I'm going to drop back here to 2nd and 3rd because this is a war right here. By the way, do you know who that is in chat? I'm not. It's Schnoob1337. It says something about greetings to his parents and everyone who. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'll let him confirm that.
Tell us who you are.
Please do. Yeah. Don't be shy to get involved in the live chat if you are watching. And,
no, absolutely. Make some comments, ask questions, tell us what you like.
And don't forget to like and subscribe as well, if you can. But we are on the last lap as we see Beauchamp continuing to close in on LeMay. He is running out of time. There is John Hudson on his way to victory at Zolder. It's been a comfortable performance from Hudson. No trouble from the start. Brilliant getaway. Converted pole position to the race win here. He takes the first win of the night here at Zolder. John Hudson, the man from Scotland, takes it. A brilliant drive ahead of Paul LeMay, who holds off Danny Beauchamp and Matthew Richardson. And in 5th position and on reverse grid pole will be Paul Crabb. And we've still got a fight between Tunison and Bousson for 6th place. Tunison has to back out of it. Bousson will hold on to 6th position, giving himself a better chance for race 2. Tunison 7th head of Mellis, Bird, and Mena de Graaf running at the top 10.
Yeah, that was good race. So we had a lot of. I mean, obviously McCutcheon kind of walked away with it, but back in the field we had some nice battles. A lot of carnage, though. I mean, everybody seemed to be a little, I don't know, rusty, anxious, overzealous, something.
Well, Vasilius has got his first points, or one of his first points of this season. Didn't finish up that high at Alton Park last week, but he's avoided the mayhem. And I think he's the last driver, or one of the last drivers on the lead lap. Luke Maxwell recovering to a really disappointing 15th place. Only 2 championship points from this one. We've got Mikel Lecco, who is on his last tour and will get over the line in 18th position. And we'll quickly run down the results of race 1 here at Zolder. It is John Hudson who takes the win ahead of Paul LeMay in 2nd position. Then it's Danny Beauchamp 3rd, Matthew Richardson in 4th, followed by Paul Crabb on reverse grid pole. Then we got Mike Bousson in 6th, head of Luke Tunison, Stefan Mellis, Jamie Bird, and Mena de Graaf running out the top 10. Mike Mann 11th, followed by Michael Cho, with Sotis Vasilius in 13th, Eric Keeleen in 14th, then it's Luke Maxwell. Eric Harmon, the first of those, a lap down. It's Darren Nunn and Mikel Lecco, the rest of the finishers. The drivers that did not make it to the end, they were Ben Gregory, Steve Webb, and Jack Veazey. We'll go on to the grid. It's Paul Crabb on the reverse grid pole with Matthew Richardson alongside Danny Beauchamp and Paul LeMay next, and it's John Hudson and Mike Bousson next to each other on row 3. Luke Tunison and Stefan Mills from row 4, followed by Jamie Bird and Miller de Graaf, with Mike Mann and Michael Choate on the 6th row. Totis Vasilias on row 6 alongside row 7, alongside Eric Killeen. Next, Luke Maxwell and Eric Harmon. Darren Nunn and Mikkel Lecko on row 9, followed by Ben Gregory and Steve Webb on the 10th row of the grid. The driver at the back is Jack Veazey. And we are good to go for race 2. The lights are going to be coming on now, and we are good to go. And who will get off the line very well this time? 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights are on. Lights are on. Lights off, it's go again at Zolder. Brilliant start, I have to say, from Paul LeMay from 4th on the grid. And look at Danny Beauchamp to the outside of Paul Crabb. But Hudson is making his way through on Paul LeMay, who nearly goes into the gravel, unlike Stefan Mills, who rejoined unsafely. And there's a big tangle at the back again, involving one of the Orange Army racing cars. I think it was Darren Nunn that got involved. Luke Maxwell in there again, unfortunately. Luke Tunison going off the circuit at turn 3, nearly coming back on into the path of another driver. Mike Mann has gone round. He's lost places. But there we see at the front, Paul Crabb leading the way, and it's John Hudson gets past Danny Beauchamp by the time they get to the left and right Klein chicane before they head towards Villeneuve.
Yeah, that was Beauchamp got off the line strong and really had a nice start, but McCutcheon and Crabb both recovered, and McCutcheon's on the move, of course, already. He's up 3 spots. Jamie Bird.
LeMay spun.
Oh, did he?
LeMay spun, Jim. He's gone round. So he was at the front, was Paul LeMay, fighting with John Hudson at the start, but he's now fallen all the way down to 18th position.
Oh, goodness. All right. Yeah, we'll let this settle out. We'll go back and see what happened there.
At the front then, Paul Crabb leads the way, but for how long? As we see Tunison running in 9th on the tail, or 8th rather, on the tail of Miller de Graaf. As they continue to dice it out, there is Steve Webb at the back of the field. We'll see Darren Nunn coming.
Sorry.
It's a brilliant camera angle, I agree. Darren Nunn has continued on, as has Eric Harmon. Luke Maxwell back in pit lane. It's been another miserable round again, as we see someone go off the circuit. I couldn't quite see. There is Maxwell entering pit lane, and I doubt we'll see any more of him in this one.
Oh, what a bummer for him, man. It's I mean, I don't know that one if that was his fault or not, but I mean, obviously the first one was kind of his bad, but let's see what happened. Okay. All right, we saw Stefan Mills go off track, so we know that wasn't part of it. Let's here's where Luke Maxwell first went off the track, I think. Oh no, yeah, no, there was a lot more than just off the track right there. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's go back and look at it from the chopper angle here. It looks like Mellis got into the 7-Up the 7-Up Tic Tac livery, the old Jordan livery there. All right, one more time. Try to get the best camera angle on this. It's not really. Yeah.
Oh, it's Mellis that kickstarts it.
He sure did.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man. Yeah, you got to be more aware than that. Stefan knows that. I'm sure he'll feel bad about that. He's smarter than that.
Another driver that's hit trouble on the second lap is Mender de Graaf, who was running well. He was inside the top 10, and now he's dropped back down the order. What has happened to Mender de Graaf? We didn't quite see. Hudson still on the tail as Paul Crabb kicks up some dust on the exit.
This is what happened to Paul LeMay.
He got too close. He got on the power too soon, and that was enough for him to make his way.
That was definitely on him, right? That you don't think he got touched there, huh?
Yeah, because he got the power down too soon. Yeah, he just got a little too greedy on the throttle, I think.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Let's back here with Beauchamp up front.
That's Hudson nearly running into Crabb. He does run into him. A collision between Paul Crabb and John Hudson, and that hands the lead over to Danny Beauchamp. A terrible error by John Hudson, and that has cost Paul Crabb the lead. He's actually ahead of Paul Crabb, interestingly, so I wonder if he will give the place back to Paul Crabb, because Crabb is now down in 6th position.
Yeah,
Matthew Richardson is in 5th place, so Crabb's a little bit further back, so he may decides to do it later on in the race, will John, as Paul Crab does his best to fend off Luke Tunison.
I wonder if Crab's steering wheel's messed up. Let's check that out real quick.
Well, he's offline at the moment. Is Crab? I think it might be all right.
No,
it was the rear of which. It's the rear of which Hutchinson ran into Paul Crab.
All right, let's see. Hutchinson's.
It's back into P3.
Just got back by. Jamie spun again.
At the same corner is where he spun at race 1 as well.
Oh my goodness, Jamie!
He caught the barrier. I wonder if he's hit the right-hand side a little too hard there, Jamie Bird. That's going to affect the handling a little bit.
Let's see. Where's Jamie at now? Here he is. Let's go see his steering wheel real quick and see what we got.
Oh, it looks really unstable.
Yeah, it looks. Let's see. It does look kicked up. Maybe not. Too bad. I don't know. He might be all right. We'll see. Well, it'll immediately show.
Ben Gregory and Steve Webb have also had real melodies in this race. And
let's see what happens. Let's see if we can find some of this. We got stuff all over the place going on, man. So this is the Minnow DeGraff thing.
This is Miller DeGraff. He's going to absolutely lose it on the pit straight, I think.
Oh.
He caught the grass. He caught the grass and couldn't correct it.
Man, he calmly, he kind of held on to it there, but that just still didn't work. And let's see. This is where McCutcheon and Crab come together here.
It's weird because Crab is taking his line, and I think Hudson tried to do his best to avoid running into him.
I want to see this from John's angle here.
No, it's John for me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, John got into him there. That was, he would absolutely accept blame for that. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is for sure. And if Paul Crab gets to him, which I don't think he will, but if he did, John would give him that spot back, I think.
We'll leave that for them to decide.
Look who's up here in third place. We didn't talk about him much except for negative stuff so far this season.
Well, Mike Busson's managed to find himself back in. He actually was second briefly before Hudson got by. So this is a better performance from Mike Busson. And he's going all in on Hudson at the moment, but he knows that there's a long season to go. It is round 2. After this, we'll have the pros and the AMs determined. Now up the hill go Hudson, Busson, and Richardson, who I think is alongside him actually. Approaching the other. He is. Richardson going through on Busson now.
Man, Matthew is. Man, he is fast this season, man. He is really, really impressive. We'll jump back here real quick just because we got some heated action going on. As Chote gets sideways there, and Jack Veazey he's up 8 spots. I guess that's pretty good. He just started so far back, poor guy. Yep.
Well, it's the top 10 that are reversed for race 3.
By the way, I want to show this livery off because I robbed him last week. I did not update Trading Paints, and I was showing last season's livery, and I want to make sure we show off that fancy, beautiful Marlboro livery throwback to, oh my gosh, how many drivers have run that Marlboro livery like that. So, that's as classic as it comes right there. So anyway, I just want to give him a little shout out since I messed him over last week.
There's a lovely livery in its own right for Jack Veazey, 3 places away from reverse grid pole in race 3 if he can help it.
That'd be a nice thing, up 11 spots and get on reverse grid pole for the last race. That'd be very, very nice for him at this point.
Richardson in P3, being chased by Mike Busson. As Luke Tunison is a couple of seconds back from that particular battle.
He is just leaving everyone. There's nobody even in sight.
And the margin of over 3 seconds, as Richardson's now got a slow down to his name, and that should see him surrender third place, perhaps to Mike Bousson. Then we see one of the other Orange Army cars getting out of the way. If that might be Steve Webb.
He was trying to hold Bousson back and get rid of that slowdown, but it didn't work.
And through goes Bousson, and as we see another change in the order, Stefan Mellis has gone behind Eric Harmon. So that's Harmon up into P11. There is the American Eric Harmon in the red livery 617, being chased by Jack Veazey, who has also got by Mellis, and Mellis is really continuing to struggle because
he really is. He might have picked up some damage though when he came back on and caused all that chaos at the beginning of this race. You know, that could have potentially caused him some damage. Veazey's really closing in here, looking strong.
Harmon 11th. And it's Veazey.
Probably wanted to go on board with Veazey, not with Harmon. You can see a lot more this way.
Yeah. Well, Veazey's on the tail of Harmon. It's a matter of time before he gets by, but he hasn't got long left to go in this one.
Almost 4 minutes. You know, that's he certainly can get this done in 4 minutes, I would think, which would put him. Well, no, he needs to get to LeMay, to get to 10th place. Ooh,
he does.
That's a tall order considering LeMay's another almost 3 seconds ahead. Yeah, that's gonna be tough. He needs to dispose of Harmon like immediately if he's got any shot at getting to reverse grid pole, or something happened up in front of him up there somewhere.
He's doing his best to put Harmon under pressure through the first sequence of corners around the circuit. More gravel being kicked up further ahead.
Well, he's
likewise.
Veazey's running. I mean, like he's used all the track right there. He was kicking up a little dust himself, so he's trying.
Drivers will be aware about making sure they have enough fuel on board to make it to the end. Beauchamp is on his way to his first win.
Nice.
In the Radical SR8 Championship in his 5th race. But these two are still fighting out over P11. Now, 11th position would give you 6 championship points. 12th would give you 5. Veazey wants that extra point, but he also wants to close in on Paul LeMay, who is chasing after Eric Colleen, the Irishman, who's going after Jamie Bird. So it's actually a 3-way battle for 8th position. And if they get into too much of a tussle, it could open the door for eye release. Jim, I'm going to need to shout out to someone in the field, and that's Tautas Vasilius.
Okay.
He's in P7
Yep.
after being 13th on the grid, and he's made his way through the field nicely. There was a flicker there.
Blinking like crazy. He was saying hi back in his own way.
He was. But now we aim to see more of this brilliant battle we are treated to here. There is Colleen in that green livery, ahead of Paul LeMay, part of the Two Brothers Racing Squad. His brother Michael.
We have not seen much of Michael. We didn't see much of Michael this season so far.
Nothing yet, but hopefully we'll see something of him in the near future, in the coming rounds. Down the hill they come towards the Jochen right-hander. And Danny Beauchamp will be starting the penultimate lap of the race as we watch Colleen and LeMay fight over 9th place.
Hey, we got Gert Van Polman in the chat tonight.
He did have a good finish in race 1, but not as much, I would say, in race 2. There is LeMay going through on Colleen. That was so nearly.
There goes Bird.
And that's Bird spinning. Bird spins again. Eric Harmon's got a black flag to his name. I wonder if that'll be for track limits. That'll allow Jack Veazey to head on through.
Well, Veazey is in 10th place now. He just got by Jamie, and him are battling for 10th here. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. And we got this battle here going on. These two are fighting it out. Man, now we got some good stuff going on. Oh, Paul, that's going to hurt. Oh, man, that's a lot of curb right there in one of these cars.
It was bound to happen, I
Golly.
think, the moment Colleen got his elbows out, and that's typical from a driver like him because he was never going to give that place up by any means, and it was going to be
He's driving that Michael Schumacher livery, man. You got to get your elbows out if you're running a Michael Schumacher livery. It just happens. Oh, Paul LeMay got recovered nicely from that, though. Look at this. And Veazey just sending it up in there.
Well, Veazey's running in P10. I don't know whether he wants to remain there or whether he wants the extra point.
Well, he'd take 9, I think, with no problem. That's on the other side of the front row. He'd be okay with that.
We've started the last lap now. LeMay changing direction more than once. He'll need to be careful as Harmon comes back into the pit lane. That'll be to serve a drive-through penalty. And you just saw the timing tower briefly saying that Bird is out. He's not out. It'll just be a connection thing. Harmon will come back out onto the circuit. He'll go behind Michael Choate. He might rejoin ahead of Mike Mann if he's lucky, but that's probably doubtful as well. But there is Danny Beauchamp on his final lap.
And
what a brilliant win.
Yeah, and I mean, look, you got McCutcheon back here who's been clear and free for a while now in second place, and he hadn't exactly run him down. This guy Beauchamp's fast, man.
He's very fast. Very, very fast. And it's a well-deserved win here for Danny Beauchamp. Coming through all the carnage that we have seen involving Paul Crabb and John Hutchinson. It's paid dividends for the man competing in his 5th race in the Radical SR8 Championship. Danny Beauchamp wins at Zolder. A brilliant drive, around about a couple of seconds clear over the championship leader, John Hutchinson, in 2nd place. Mike Bousson holds off Matthew Richardson and Paul Crabb for the final podium position. It's his first of the campaign, with Luke Chinison in 6th place. And it's Teutis Fusilias, who's going to hold on to P7 ahead of Paul LeMay right at the end. Jack Veazey 9th, getting by Eric Colleen, who will be on reverse grid pole for the 3rd race of this evening. Jamie Bird down to 11th. And then Stefan Messer, Michael Choate next.
What a recovery from Colleen, man. I mean, we have to, he was involved in that first lap deal with when Mellis entered back onto the track there, and he recovered to get back to 10th place and get reverse grid pole. That's pretty impressive run considering, what happened to him. And speaking of impressive runs, here we've got, this is no Lecco here, no front end on the car at all. All right, did we get them all? Oh, we got a warm up coming up anyway. We got time. Yeah, I think we've got everybody.
Everyone is over the line.
That's an interesting paint job. We'll have to go check that out up close. All right, yeah, let's take a look here.
It is Danny Beauchamp who adds his name to the long list of Radical SR8 Championship race winners. John Hutchinson 2nd, Mike Bousson, his first podium of the campaign in 3rd. It's Matthew Richardson, Paul Crabb next. Luke Chinison in 6th place, with Teutis Fusilias posting his best result so far in 7th. It's Paul LeMay 8th, Jack Veazey 9th, and Eric Colleen, the Irishman, running at the top 10, and he will begin race 3 from reverse grid pole. Jamie Bird 11th, followed by Stefan Millis. Michael Choate in 13th place, and Darren Nunn. Mike Mann in 15th place. It's Luke Maxwell, a disappointing race again from him, 16th position and only 1 championship point. Mikko Lecco in 17th position with the damage as he crossed over the line. Eric Harmon served a drive-through for exceeding track limits or failing to slow when he had the slowdown to his name in 18th position, and running down the rest of the finishers. We've got the likes of Ben Gregory. Yeah, there is more. Miller DeGraaf, Ben Gregory, and Steve Webb were all a lap down, but all of them did finish the race.
Well, I was trying to figure when you so we think that Lecco's, we think that the penalty there for Harmon was because he didn't slow down for a slowdown penalty. Is that what happened?
Well, it's usually the case at that point in the race, really.
I was wondering if it was that or if it was potentially exceeding limits, incident points.
Yeah, it could well be track limits, I think, for Eric Harmon. He lost a few positions as a consequence, but there we go. He fell out of the points scoring positions.
We are into the warm-up session now. I need to be right there in that sky limit lounge up there at the top. That seems like the place to be. So, what'd you think? First two races, little crazy.
They were crazy. I think we've seen more action than I thought we were going to be. When I saw that Zolder was going to be on the calendar, I thought it was going to be a procession.
I have to say that I agree with you. I did not. I did not quite expect this level of action. I, in the past, have not been a huge fan of this track. I call it the 4 chicanes. But again, sometimes car track combinations work. You and I have been surprised, over the course of the seasons that we've done together. One that sticks out to mind is, Phillip Island and these cars. You put the wrong cars on Phillip Island, and there's nothing happening. But these cars were fantastic there. Knock Hill, same thing. So yeah, we're getting some good action here. It's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. That's nice.
Joe was just getting some mileage in there, probably to tackle some sections of the course, which they may have gone wrong. I mean, Jamie Bird has gone wrong at the Klein chicane a couple of times so far this evening, or 3 times actually, because he did it once in the first race and did it a couple of times in the second one.
Will both of his crashes in the second race at the same place?
Well, yeah, because he spun to begin with there, and I'm sure he had another spin. I might be wrong. It might have been one in.
He had 2 spins in the second race, but I think they weren't in the same spot. Speaking of that chicane, there it is right there.
Yeah,
he's tasted both sides of that fence right there too. He's got the right side and the left side.
It was on the exit of turn 1 where Jamie Bird had spun and he lost a few positions. That was whilst I think Veazey and the Irishman of which he was fighting with, Eric Killeen. There was the name.
He got on the curb right there, and that thing got twitchy on him, man. Speaking of our Orange Army we were talking about earlier, there's Steve Webb.
He's aiming to get some points. It's the top 21 that will get points, and we've got 21 cars in the field for race 3. 25 points for the win, 20 for second. It's a point difference for every position downwards. From that,
I think Webby's going to drop in on us after the race, by the way. He's going to talk to us a little bit about marshaling, just about, how to get involved and stuff like that. He travels all over the world, man. He's going to the Formula 1 race next year in Austin to marshal. I think he might be going to Vegas as well, coming up here in just, a week or 2, something like that, 3 weeks.
Just under under 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
At the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And of course, we saw the latest chapter in the season's Formula 1 World Championship. And of course, the championship won't be decided in Vegas, whatever happens, but...
No, it's starting to look like it's getting decided, though, the way things are going. I won't spoil it for anyone, just in case you haven't watched yet. All right, we're gridding up here. Let's do this thing.
And it's Eric Killeen on reverse grid pole, ahead of Jack Veazey, and it's Paul LeMay. And Tautas Vasilias starting from 4th place, with Luke Chinnison and Paul Grubb next. Matthew Richardson and Mike Bousson on the 4th row. That's John Hutchison and Danny Beauchamp, the 2 race winners of tonight, next to each other in 9th and 10th. Jamie Bird and Stefan Mills are on row 6. And then we head down to Michael Cho and Darren Nunn on the 7th row. Mike Mann and Luke Maxwell are on row 8. Then it's Mikhail Leko and Eric Harman on the 9th row. Mendel de Graaf, Ben Gregory and Steve Webb round out the grid. Everyone is in position and we are good to go as the lights are coming on for race number 3. 3, 4 and 5. Lights are on. Lights off. It's go for the last race. Paul LeMay making a splendid start, darting through the middle of Killeen and Veazey, and it's going to head into turn 1 first. And it's LeMay who leads. It's Veazey second. Killeen is in 3rd place. Plenty of cars off the circuit. Hutchinson's off the circuit, as is Richardson.
Wow, yeah, that's, man. These starts have been rough tonight.
We've not had a clean first lap.
No. Not even close.
Well, at least it sets up a nice challenge now for John Hutchison. Provided he keeps going, I want to see what he can do from here. But meanwhile, Paul LeMay leads the way, and it's Jack Vesey second. Eric Killeen in third. Luke Chinison, Tezos Vasilias have kept out of trouble in fourth and fifth. It's Paul Crubb, Jamie Bird, Mike Bousson, Stefan Mellis, and Luke Maxwell. There's a lot of chop and changing through the building chicane.
Has got a meatball flag there, so he was involved in something. So our race winner from last race is he's in big trouble here.
And so it's going to be a long race. It's unlikely he'll finish towards the top end in this one for Danny Beauchamp. But there we look at Paul LeMay leading the way. Can he pick up his first win of the season? Jack Vesey is next. It's Eric Killeen in third.
Sorry.
There we see Mena de Graaf on the tail.
Like a blimp camera.
Sending it to the outside is Mena de Graaf on Mike Bousson into turn one. There's no way through for Mena de Graaf that time around. Maxwell is in 8th place at a Mellis. As we see Paul Crubb running in P7 further up the road. And it's Jamie Bird who is aiming to get through this one without any form of incident whatsoever. There we see Luke Maxwell and Stefan Mellis. Maxwell going to the outside at turn 4, and he's able to pull it off. There's a car off in the background. I think that might have been...
how you say it? Michael Choate?
Michael Choate.
Choate.
I think it's Choate.
Okay.
Yeah. Choate is... Well, he was in the gravel briefly, but he's back on circuit. There we see Mikkel Lecko in 16th position. Ahead of him are Matthew Richardson and John Mahutson, who's got back up into 14th position. Yeah. Michael Choate is the next driver up the road for Mahutson. It won't be too long before he picks him off at some point. Yeah. Might be able to do it through Jochen Rindt.
Tell you what, if I had picture-in-picture right now going, I would just put one on the cockpit view from McCutcheon and just leave it there and watch him work his way through the field. All right, let's see. Let's get back up here and let's go. Oh, here's Bousson. Let's start getting some action going here.
And Killeen's had a slowdown to his name, and that will see him back off a little bit. There we see Mellis fending off Bousson. Bousson going to the outside. Will Mellis leave room on the entry to turn 1? He does leave room, plenty of room in fact, and Bousson somehow was able to get through around the outside. He could have got a slowdown actually thinking about Bousson, but luckily he survived that.
Yeah, but here comes Stefan back. This battle's not over yet.
I'm surprised Bousson's left in that amount of space. I'm surprised he didn't really shut the door and actually just scamper off into the distance. And off goes Michael Choate again.
Yeah, Choate in the same spot, I believe.
Through goes Bousson at last. That's Herman. And that's danger. And Bousson didn't quite read into it, unfortunately. And he runs into the Irishman.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, that car is whacked, too. Look at it crab walking.
He's done.
Holy cow. Yeah, that's bad there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what happened here. Let's go back.
You might as well park it, Eric.
Oh, yeah, he's
done.
You
might as well park it.
So he spun. Let me back up. I hate doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. So here he is, catches the curb, bounces it, and then just stops, and then it's Bousson just blast him. Should
he have just stayed still?
Yeah, I mean, at some point you got to try to go. He held his brakes, and he didn't let the car roll after he wrecked. I mean, I don't know. That's that's so tough to say. I mean, at some point in time, you got to attempt to get going, because the car wasn't damaged at that point. We probably didn't want to look at that grassy hill. There was
another incident at the background whilst Killeen was trundling along with the wrecked suspension. It was at the Klein chicane in the background.
Let's see if I think it might have been Harmon, possibly.
It might have been. Let's have a look. That's Michael Choate, and that is Harmon spinning. It was Harmon spinning further back.
Yeah, all right.
And
let me see. It's not giving me... It's like coming right on these things. Here we go.
Where is he here? So this is... So that's the orange army car going out. Oh dearie mate.
Yeah, he got bumped by... who was that? Was that Webb? No, Webb.
No, I think it was Darren Nunn. I think it was Darren Nunn that he came together with. I don't know what the car on the inside was doing that. But Steve Webb has got by Matthew Richardson, or Richardson may be getting by Webb. I think Webb will let Richardson go here because he knows that Richardson is the quicker driver of the two, and he doesn't bother fighting it out with him. Hudson has got back into 9th place. Jamie Bird, unfortunately, has had an absolutely torrid evening of errors and it's further compounded
What
again
happened this time?
in race number 3.
Let's see. Come on, Jamie.
He's gone into the barrier.
Oh, my gosh. He did again. Look at this. Oh, Jamie. Let's see. I don't want to compound his misery too much, but I would like to get a different angle on this. Golly. Oh, and a big hit, too. Man. Jamie won't want to. What country is this? The Netherlands? No, where's this at?
It's Belgium.
It's Belgium. Yeah, he won't want to come back here again. I would say he wouldn't want to come back to Belgium, but this. Whoa,
that's Menno de Graaf and Stefan Mellis. There was a back market.
Yeah, who was that just stopped on the track?
I didn't pick up on who it was, but he thankfully he remained out of the way. It might have been Mike Mann remaining out of the way of the pack that was coming through. And there we see Hudson and Richardson nose to tail. Hudson quietly making his way back through the field. He's in 9th place. He's got Mellis and de Graaf ahead.
Yep.
Paula May still being attacked by Jack Vesey. That battle is going to go on right to the very end.
Yeah, it is actually, and we have not really shown enough of that battle. This is a really good battle up here, man. Talk about, you got LeMay's livery there. We got the beautiful Marlboro livery on Vesey's car. We got the Nigel Mansell livery here. 4th place, we got the old the Martin Brundle Jaguar livery. Man, I like this. I love these classic liveries too when they're running. It's fantastic.
I do as well. You can see all the gravel left over from all the incidents earlier. That might cause a problem or two in the forthcoming future. Hudson's got by Mellis now. He's also been passed by Richardson in sympathy. There goes Hudson and Richardson into 8th and 9th. Menno de Graaf is the next driver up ahead. Now, we don't know for certain on some drivers whether they're going to be in pros or AMs from the next round onwards. But there we see Luke Maxwell, who's running in 5th place, has got by Tautis Vasilius.
So
he's having a cracking race.
Sorry, I'm looking up here in chat, and we got Jaxer. If that's who I think it is, YouTube legend himself, racking up subscribers like they're going out of style. Great YouTuber, if that's who I think it is, which I'm pretty sure that's his logo. If that is you, let me know. And who are you here? Let's see who he's here cheering on.
I think it's Eric. It's Eric Colleen he's rooting for.
Oh,
and I know that because when you think of Ireland, you think of Shamrocks.
Well, that's true. That's right. Yes. Yeah, and Jaxer is Irish too. So that's yeah, that's probably right. Yeah, well, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, man. I've been on his channel since he had like, I don't know, 10,000 subscribers or something. And he's up in the, I don't know, 40, 60, 70,000, something like that now. He's a great YouTuber.
There are the top two in your picture. Paula May and Jack Vesey in first and second place. First and second place, I should say. Luke Tunison in third. The Dutchman having a really, really good one here. Continuing to impress. I think it's nice to see we've seen those that maybe didn't do as well as they had hoped at Alton Park, but here on a circuit where there's actually more room compared to Alton Park, we've seen Vasilius and Tunison actually performed really, really well here today. I'm really happy to see them up towards the top end. Hudson fighting it out with Menno de Graaf for position. That is for P7.
Yeah, this is actually a nice little battle here with the three of them running together here.
Matthew Richardson had a tank slapper through turn 1, hence why he's just lost a little bit of ground and a little kick up of gravel. It shouldn't be too long before Hudson gets by Menno de Graaf here, although his entry through turn 4 is absolutely atrocious. He's fallen quite some way back from Menno de Graaf. And there is quite a conversation to read out here, although Waycross is saying cheers for the triple monitor guide.
Yeah, he just released a video a few weeks ago that was about how to optimize your triples on iRacing, and apparently that was hugely helpful. Yeah, he has some good stuff. He really does. My personal sim racing team is called Get a Grip Sim Racing. I remember I commented on something one time, and he was doing something live, and he's like, "Get a grip." I like that. Uh-oh. This isn't good.
Well, there's two drivers that have hit the walls on this lap. One of them is Stefan Millis and the other being Eric Harmon. Well, looking at Ben Gregory here, is this with one of the orange racing cars here? What's been going on?
Oh, curb! Golly, well, these curbs are vicious on these these radicals, man. They struggle on these curbs sometimes.
That was Eric Harmon, I think, who he came together with.
We have had just a ton of incidents right here together all over the place.
This is Darren Nunn at the Klein chicane. Yeah, around he went. Nothing too dramatic there.
Too bad.
There is... Well, Ben Gregory's got a black flag to his name. He's probably serving a drive-through. Perhaps for exceeding track limits too many times. And one man will be watching his track limits is John Hutchison, because he's got a slowdown to his name whilst running in 8th position, and that's enough for Richardson to head on by. And there we are with the top two, riding with Jack Veazey, the man in 2nd place, gunning for his first win of the campaign. Likewise for Paul LeMay. Luke Tunison's got so down, so he'll need to back off a little bit. The last thing he wants is a penalty to his name, and with 8 minutes to go, he won't want to throw that podium away.
No, he's in a good spot right there too, because he's got over a second and a half gap over Paul Crabb. Good to see Tennyson having a good run there. That's good. That's good to see. I really want to see these two get up there and start duking it out a little bit, because they're both such excellent racers that that could turn into a nice little battle. McCutcheon trying to recover from that slowdown and get back on Richardson again. That one hurt him a little bit.
They've dropped back considerably from Mena de Graaf, have these two. And Hutchison's not going to have a race to remember in this one, compared to races 1 and 2.
He's still got almost 7 minutes. You know, I mean, he could make up a spot or two here. He's off to such a great season. You know, he's just racking up the points, as opposed to last season. You know, I just remember that incident where it had nothing to do with him. Who's this? Got Paul Crabb got a slowdown there, or is that Maxwell?
No, it's Maxwell. It's Maxwell. He's got the slowdown. Luke Maxwell running in 5th position, having a better race, but he won't want to throw that away. I mean, with Hutchison further down the order, he want to make the most of it. The bigger chunk of points get awarded from this race compared to the previous two. Off goes Richardson in the gravel, survives. They won't want to do that too many times. Steve Webb, who's running in 10th place, is the latest, along with Mikkel Lecko, to get slowed down.
Yeah, they are racking up the slowdowns, huh? I tell you what, there's going to be some more incident limit penalties handed out here if this keeps going like this, because my timing and scoring that I use for incidents is just littered with off tracks.
Was it as haywire as what it was last week, or is it as haywire as what it was last week? No, it is.
I mean, it really is. There's that many of them. This track's giving them fits, man. It really is.
Well, Richardson is heading on through on Mena de Graaf if he can help it. De Graaf holds on for now, but this is the part of the circuit where Richardson may want to consider going for it. Albeit he may have to wait until turn 1 to get alongside and head on through.
Thing is, if he sticks his nose in there, John's going to be right there to pounce. You know, you got to be careful when you got McCutcheon that close to you.
Yeah, and the last thing you want is drifting through a corner and taking the driver behind with you. We've seen that a number of times. There goes Richardson, finding the gap, sending it, licking the envelope, and actually heading on through. That was a great pass for Matthew Richardson. Wheel to wheel, though. They wouldn't want to do that too many times. And Richardson surprisingly lifted off the throttle. And Mena de Graaf has allowed him to go past. But is Mena de Graaf going to really hold it on the inside here? Richardson has to yield, Jim.
Yeah, he's twitched, and McCutcheon went right by him.
You called it.
Oh, my goodness, look at that. Oh, those curbs are brutal. So, Jack, if you're still out there watching, man, why don't you throw you a Radical livery together and come race with these guys next week, man? I'd love to see you out here in these cars having fun with these guys. This is right up your alley. You're doing all that sports car racing now. Yeah, put your fancy livery on one of these things and come out and race with us next week. They'd love to have you.
Now Hudson was close to getting by DeGraaf at the Jochen Rink corner. I think he's going to head on through at turn 1. Hudson on the inside, and that's P7 are going in the way of the championship leader. And
Boy,
I don't know whether it was
Richardson just sailed in there too. It almost looked like he slowed down there for a second.
Yeah, well, he took advantage of the open door, and he got by Mena de Graaf that time around.
It just seemed like Mena was hesitant through there, though. Sorry.
Well, Hudson's got another 4 seconds to make up on Tazis Vasilias, who is running in a brilliant 6th position.
He is. Can he do it with?
I think he can.
3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go.
I'm looking to see whereabouts Paul May is around the circuit, because he is
there. If you look on the track map, as we see,
yep,
Beasy right behind him.
He's got 3 laps to go. Yeah, I'm working it out. He'll have 3 laps to go at the end of this one, as he holds on ahead of Jack Veazey for the lead. Head over the line. We've run about 2 minutes and 45 seconds to go, with lap times around about 1 minute 19 and 1 minute 20. And yeah, it'll be 3 more laps.
Oh, McCutcheon!
He drifted through that and unbelievably was able to collect that. I'll tell you what, if there was one man to place a bet on to perform a drift like that at that particular corner, it's John Hudson.
Here we go. I had to do it, man. Look at this. Oh, my gosh. What a save.
10 out of 10 for control there.
Oh, my God. That is so hard to do because you are flat on it right there, man.
For a Scotsman of his age, that is pretty impressive.
You're wrong for that. For a Scotsman of his age. Oh, look at this.
There we see Mena de Graaf tussling it still with Matthew Richardson.
I'm going to tell him
he's
you
able
said
to
that.
hold on. He'll be all right with it. He knows what I'm like.
This is the second coming of the Flying Scot. We all know who the first Flying Scot was, of course. Come on, I'm waiting on you. You're the stats man. Who was the first Flying Scot?
The first Flying Scot?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jackie Stewart.
Jackie Stewart, yes.
Well, I was going to say Jim Clark was Scottish as well.
No, was he? I thought he was English.
No, it was Scottish as well. Jim Clark was Scottish, like Jackie Stewart.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew they were roommates and all. I didn't realize that he was Scottish as well. I thought he was English. Well, yeah, you could certainly call Jim Clark the Flying Scot. You could easily argue that Jim Clark, if you look at his wins to entries, he's one of the best drivers ever.
We're on the penultimate lap of the race, and Paul May is close to achieving his first win of the season, but Matthew Richardson is still stuck behind Mena de Graaf for 8th place. He's got to really set it. He's got to go all out. He's got to be brave here. Just Richardson. He needs to get a good drive off Klein, which he does so. Is he going to be alongside enough? He needs to get to the inside. The outside won't do it. Matthew, you won't do it there. There's a car going off. That'll be one of the back marks. Was that Vasilias going off the circuit?
Well, so did Mena de Graaf.
Yeah, he had gone off the circuit, did Mena de Graaf. He survives. Vasilias had a slowdown because he went through the Villeneuve chicane. So he needs to be on his toes from here on in. But now that is that's one of the Orange Army cars in the way. That's a back marker.
Yeah, it is.
But that should not be there. There you go. It's out of the way now.
He'll get out of the way. Well, that's certainly going to help John McCutcheon a little bit.
Now, what will Vasilias do? Will he get his elbows out, or will he play it safe? Well, Hutchins decided not to go for it at turn 1. He may decide to do it at the Klein chicane. And, well, we'll see if he gets a good drive out of there. Vasilias, he's gone a little too deep. He had to ease off the throttle to make sure he got through the corner, and he misses the apex again for turn 4. This should be easy enough for Hutchins to sail on by.
I don't want to
around the
miss
outside.
LeMay. Where's LeMay at? How close is LeMay to the finish line?
Well,
Oh!
Hudson doesn't get by for this, just about. We'll go to the leader, Paul LeMay, who's coming through.
Where's he at?
Jochen Rindt for the last time with Jack Veazey in close comfort. Fusiliers has got back through on John Hudson, and remarkably,
Oh, well, we're
we'll
going
go
to
to that
right
battle
to that
in a moment.
as soon as they cross the finish line here, we're going to go back to them. Because you can believe McCutchinson's not going to just give that up.
Paul LeMay heads over the line to win race 3 at Zolder. A brilliant drive from him. And there we see John Hudson still chasing Totas Fusiliers, who's driven beautifully this evening. Luke Tunison in 3rd place, Paul Crabb 4th. Luke Maxwell's got over the line in 5th place. Does Fusiliers hold on ahead of John Hudson? He does so. He holds on for 6th place. Well done to the German. A great effort this evening. Much better than last week.
Yeah, fantastic. That's, anytime you can keep it past John back on the last lap and to get back ahead of him for the position, that's fantastic.
Matthew Richardson coming out in 8th position. Then it's Mendegraaff and Steve Webb making it into the top 10, which is a good effort from him. There is Mikko Leko finishing his first round in this series in P11, holding off Michael Choate. And they've got the likes of Darren Nunn, Ben Gregory, Danny Beauchamp, only 15th that time around. And then it's Stefan Millis and Mike Mann. The rest of those to cross over the line. We'll run down the result then. Paul LeMay, first time winner this season, ahead of Jack Veazey. Luke Tunison, his first podium in 3rd place. Paul Crabb 4th. It's been a good evening for Paul Crabb. A good run of points. Luke Maxwell 5th. Totas Fusiliers, take your absolute shout out to him. 100% great effort. He's one of the drivers of the evening for sure. John Hudson, 7th place, ahead of Matthew Richardson. Mendegraaff in 9th, and Steve Webb in 10th place. Mikko Leko in P11 with Michael Choate 12th, and it's Darren Nunn, Ben Gregory, Danny Beauchamp, Stefan Millis, and Mike Mann. The rest of those to finish. Those that didn't finish, they were Eric Harmon, Eric Colleen, Jamie Bird, and Mike Bousson.
Man, what a rough night Bousson had, huh? Whew.
He will hope for better luck at Sonoma.
His season is off to a rough start. If he's going to repeat as champ, he's going to have to find some luck somewhere for sure. I mean, some of his own doing, but a lot of it not, Do we have anybody in the waiting room yet?
We do. We'll have a word with the man, part of the Orange Army racing team. Steve Webb, good evening, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you all doing?
Good, man.
Excellent,
how are you?
Thank you. Apart from a long journey for me.
In all fairness, the first 2 races were, it was just races to forget. The first one got a reasonable start, and then it was just a cloud of smoke, hit the brakes, and then I just couldn't get the car stopped. Went through somebody. And then the second race, I'm getting my teammate in the office on Monday because he's got a massive fine coming to him. First rule is do not take the team boss out. But no, in all fairness, he couldn't help it. It just went on him. He corrected it and it went again. I went to the outside and he started to come back across on me. But hey ho, good fun. But the last race felt better, a lot better. I'll take the 10th place.
Look, that was that good, decent finish for you. I mean, you've had some success so far this season, and some struggles, but I'm glad that you stopped by. And I was saying earlier that I'm posting a video that you sent me in the comments about what it takes what you have to do to become a marshal, and kind of what your experience will be like. Just briefly, why don't you touch on that, because marshals are so important to making these events happen, and they're probably the most underrated or not appreciated. Nobody talks about them, you know, but these events cannot happen. The only time you ever see a marshal is when they're criticizing them for running out on the track and to grab some debris and falling or something, you know, silly. But
yeah, I mean, the marshals do get a rough time of it through the media at times and through social media. But what they've got to remember is that nobody can go out on track unless race control passes it on to your post chief or your incident officer. Then your incident officer will say, go, and then you clear all the debris up or whatever it is that's happened at the point at that time. So the criticism for those marshals that ran onto the circuit and nearly got wiped out by Liam, I think there was a lot of miscommunication there.
very much so, yeah.
They didn't really need to go on circuit because the debris was on the grass. So that's why I was very surprised to see the marshals going out. But going back to club racing, what they do in the video, it gives you a complete run through. So, you know, it shows you all about the signing on and the taster day that people come down. They spend a day at your local circuit. So in the morning, you are completely briefed about what's going to happen. They take you up into race control. They take you through to med center. They take you through everything that goes on with the recoveries. And then after lunch, if we ever get a lunch, sometimes we don't because of red flags, you put out on post with qualified marshals and they'll say, there you go, mate, you can do the blue flag. So it gives them an actual taste of what marshalling is about. The only thing people have got to understand that marshals do this free of charge.
Absolutely.
We are not paid in any way, shape or form. We do it because we love the sport.
Right, but the benefit is you're up close with the action. You're involved in the action, you know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
we're certainly involved in it. Absolutely. I mean, we just did the brick car endurance race into the night at Brands Hatch at the weekend, and I was given the job of handing out penalties. So I've got to do the penalty box, and the drivers, their faces when I've got to stop them. And one guy he got a 16-second penalty for his first infringement. The second infringement he got was 37 seconds, and he said, well, I might as well just get out of the car and leave it with you. He didn't, but you know, we always have a laugh, no matter what happens. The after parties are absolutely superb in the marshals campsites, but not only that, you make friends for life, and that is absolutely genuine. I mean, I fly out to Vegas on this coming Sunday because I'm on post 7.0, so it's right opposite the dome that they've got there, the sphere.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I'm right on that, and if you see some lunatic with a cowboy hat on waving a yellow flag or a white flag, it's going to be me. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a piece of cardboard and I'm going to put it out so you can all see it on TV.
That's awesome.
Well, luckily enough, Steve, I'll be in Biggin Hill that weekend, so I'll do my utmost. May even look through the archive system to see if I can find you on one of the clips or something, and I'll let you know.
I'll tell you what I will do. I will send you both a clip of that's what we do. We do what we call a skit. So it's just like a don't have to describe it. It's like a made-up thing that all marshals do around the circuit, and I think we've won it for the past 3 years. Of the traffic cones, a snail, 2 penguins, and I think there was a hot dog involved as well. So we're all dressed in fancy dress, and I'll send you a few videos.
You make me want to become. You make me want to do my best Bill Murray imitation from Stripes when he's like, "You guys, I want to party with you guys.
I'll tell you what, because we're coming out to in next year, we're already in the process of sorting that out. I expect you, Jim, to come in fancy dress.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know about the fancy dress part. It's September in Texas. It'll probably still be 100 degrees. More than likely, I'm going to be in shorts and a T-shirt with a cold one in my hand. But I do promise to meet up with you for some drinks and maybe potentially even go out and grab a bite somewhere or something like that.
Absolutely.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for coming in here tonight. Yeah, go ahead.
No worries. Can I just say though,
Yep.
although my first two races were absolutely dire, I have never enjoyed racing so much in my life.
It's a good group of guys.
I love this league. Yep. So thank you all very much, and watch out for the sign at Vegas.
All right, buddy. See you. Thanks a lot.
We'll do our utmost. Thank you so much, Steve.
All
Cheers.
Right.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. That was Steve Webb sharing his latest, not just on the circuit this evening, but where he'll be in the week.
You know, we're all going to be looking for him now.
Yeah, well, I'll do my utmost to find him. Did you say he's like close to where the Sphere is?
Yeah, he's going to be by the Sphere, right across from the Sphere. He said so.
Right across.
And wearing a cowboy hat, so we should be able to spot him.
Well, I wonder how many will be wearing cowboy hats.
Not in Vegas, probably. Not in Vegas, probably not too many. So we should be able to spot him. All right, who are we doing next?
Okay. We'll get a word with Jack Veazey, who has been patiently waiting to have a word with us. Jack, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, good, guys. How are you?
We're okay, thank you. We saw more action here tonight at Zolder than we anticipated. I remember a couple of seasons back, I know you weren't with us at the time, but the last time we raced here with these machines, we really didn't see an awful lot. Tonight has totally obliterated that.
Yeah, I think there was probably mayhem in every race, I'd imagine. So there's probably a lot to unpack. Unfortunately, I was part of the mayhem in just race one.
That wasn't on you, if I recall, though, was it?
No. Luke was in front.
Yes, that's right. Yes,
the car, and then I went in, but I was sort of in my mirrors as well. So that
is kind of on you. You just that's age catching up with you. Those reaction times.
Yeah, the reaction times. Yeah, just one of those things. Just unfortunate for both of us.
By the way, I made sure that your livery was showing this week, and I even made a special point to show it off well, since I skipped you last week and left you with the old one.
Yeah. No, that's all good. It's a nice livery.
It's classic.
Yeah.
2 rounds in, Jack, how have you found the season so far? Do you think it's been a more competitive one than you could have imagined?
Yeah, a few of the new guys are pretty quick.
Yeah.
Daniel specifically, and there's probably a couple others. So yeah, there's been some good additions, and it's made the racing harder.
Which is great.
He's been tremendous this evening again.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, he's been quick straight off the bat. So he's one to watch out for. And obviously there's a lot of new amateurs as well. So both leagues have got plenty of new drivers.
Yeah, I don't know who's doing all the recruiting and guys bringing in their friends and whatnot, I guess. But, man.
Yeah, that was... I definitely got quite a few in because I did some Reddit posts. So I'd say I definitely got 6 to 7 new drivers in.
Yeah,
for sure.
Man, it's only going to make the series better. The group is already fantastic. It's one of the best. The radical community in general out here is amazing, and so it's great. It's great to see this many people turn up for this league. This is what it should be, and we're gonna have great racing all year. It's gonna be fantastic.
Yeah, there's so many extremely quick guys, and maybe like Matthew as well. He's joined halfway through the last season, but he was pretty quick today in practice.
He was quick last week too.
Yeah. So Need to up my game.
Yeah, right. Well, to make you run a few extra practice laps.
Yeah.
Look at it. It even got John McCutcheon off of Le Mans Ultimate. He done started practicing again.
Yeah, John's been rapid. I mean, I was first in quali, and then he just about knocked me off top spot with 30 seconds to go. But quali was extremely close as well. So,
so what's your opinion on the not having open qualifying this year? You got any thoughts on that? Do you want to share?
Yeah, I prefer it. Maybe it's not as good for the broadcast.
Nah, I don't think it matters.
Last year there was a lot of people waiting for a good slipstream, and maybe
who would do that?
I think, and if it's a close session, truly the quickest guy in that session will come out first. So I think it's the fairest way of doing things.
I agree. I was just curious what your take on it was. I'm not a fan of open qualifying, not only for slipstreams, but for guys getting in your way and running.
Yeah, I've had a few laps that have been ruined, for example, as well. A guy spins by accident, and then that's your lap over.
Or just not quick enough, and you catch them at the wrong place or whatever. It's just it's one of those things. I agree with you though, so I'm glad to see this, and I think it will. I think the real fast guys will obviously get their due now. So that's
it's the fairest way of doing it.
Yeah.
So.
All right, buddy. Well, good to have you in again. Of course. I'm sure you got some shout outs. I want to thank some people.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to, I'm streaming on Twitch, so shout out to Colram and shout out to Waycrush, who's the guy who's in your stream as well.
Oh, okay. Which
and shout out, I don't know, he did a few comments. He's called Waycrush.
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe, yeah. Well, I got sidetracked. We had Jaxer in there too today. Which he's a great YouTuber. I love his channel, so that's cool. I wish he needs to strap a livery on and come race with us.
He should. It'd be a good promotion.
No, he's a good, and he's a good, pretty good. He's a great open wheel racer and pretty good sports car racer too. So it'd be fun to have him. I wish he would.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That would be good.
Well, good to have you. Congratulations. Keep it up. Early in the season yet. We're gonna split these guys up next week, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Cool. Okay.
All right, buddy.
Talk to you guys next
week.
Yep.
Talk to you later.
All right. Bye.
Speak to you soon, Jack. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
I love Jack. He's great.
It's fantastic. Let's get a word with the man that came out on top in race number 2, Daniel Beauchamp. How are you, sir? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. How are you guys? How was
not too bad
from the commentary booth?
It was fantastic. We were really impressed. I mean, you demonstrated it last week at Alton Park. I thought we've definitely got a driver on our hands who can really cause some form of stir. And tonight, I thought you stepped up even more.
Yeah. I mean, I think I still have a little work to do in terms of closing the gap to McCutcheon. I got lucky in the second race when his overtake on Poole didn't work very well. And then it was just about, I mean, I know I was only a few tenths off him. So as long as I kept it consistent from 3 seconds back, he wasn't going to catch me. And he was racing other people as well. But yeah, him and a few others. Yeah, I think I struggle to reach their pace, but I've been lucky in some races to be ahead of them. But yeah, I'm happy with what I've been able to do initially in joining this league.
Yeah. Given your iRacing experience, just talk us through where your strengths are with particular machineries. Which cars would you say you like the most in terms of the handling and the way you drive, or what you're most comfortable with?
I'm most comfortable with these types of cars. I mean, generally lower end prototype type cars. But specifically this car, I mean, I used to race it all the time when it used to have an official series a few years ago. It really is my favorite car on the series.
Do you race the 10s? Do you race the 10s also?
I did when they first brought it out and they switched the official series to running the 10s, but it just wasn't as fun for me. So I never stuck with it, to be honest.
What about, you run the HPD just out of curiosity?
A few times, yeah. I did some endurance races with the HPD, and I did like that. Yeah, that's a fun car.
I tell you what, it might be the best $3 car on iRacing for sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tom. Sorry.
No, I was just going to ask. Sonoma Raceway is the next round we're going to in a week's time. I don't have any experience of what this track is like, but do you?
I recognize the name, and I know I must have raced on it before, but I literally like 5 years ago. So I've got a lot of learning to do over the next week, because I did know Alton Park and Zolder quite well already, but I don't even know what Sonoma looks like right now.
It's in a beautiful,
I have an image of it in my
part
head.
of America for sure. It's in.
Okay, nice.
I'm sure I'm not, unless I'm going to make a huge mistake here and embarrass myself tremendously. I'm pretty sure that it is in what's known as the Napa Valley area of California, which is wine country in the United States, where they grow all the. It's it's the Italian countryside of United States, where where they grow all the grapes for making wine. There's a lot of vineyards up there. So it's up in that area, and it's if I recall, it's a pretty track. It's they raced NASCAR there for years, and really famous for they have some S's there that are pretty famous. But yeah, it's a good track. It should be some good racing for these cars.
Cool. I'm excited.
Anyone want to shout out to Dan before we let you go?
Yeah, sure. John Hutchinson, well done for being insanely fast and faster than everyone else.
Okay. I think we've not had a word with John yet tonight, but we may have a word with him next week when we do go racing at Sonoma. Dan, it's been brilliant speaking to you, and we'll do it all again next week at Sonoma. We'll hopefully see more of the performances that we've seen from you in the first couple of rounds.
Very nice. Thanks, guys.
All right, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And that was Daniel Beauchamp we spoke to there. We'll have a word with our final driver for this evening, the race 3 winner, getting his season up and running with that result. Paul LeMay, good evening.
Good evening, Tom. Good evening, Jim. How are we?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. A bit worn out, but yeah, Jack put me under a lot of pressure at the last race there, and unfortunately, about 3 laps in, I got cramp in my throttle foot. So it was a bit of a struggle. I feel somewhat fortunate to finish, really.
You need to pull my old trick. For like longer races, NASCAR and stuff, where I put a throttle. I map one of the paddles on my steering wheel to a second throttle so that I can give my foot a break down the straightaways and stuff. That's what happens as you get older. You got to find workarounds for that kind of stuff,
Oh, that's it, mate. That's it. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
What season it's been so far, Paul? Because you were one of those in the running for the race win last week at Alton Park, obviously with the fuel propaganda, which was later amended or shortly amended after. Yep. But I think tonight, if you look at the grids that we've got, I thought maybe last week could be a bit of a one-off where we've had so many drivers arrive and then just not bother turning back up again for the next week or two. But this evening, the numbers have pretty much remained very similar, and I'm really happy with it.
Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely brilliant that we've got so many guys that want to race, and all those guys. It's a fantastic league with some great drivers and some really good guys. So it's great that it's sort of booming.
Booming is a good word. That's exactly how I would describe it, and it's the way it should be.
Yeah.
This community and these cars and everything, it should be like this. And when word gets out, I think it could easily stay like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very much looking forward to the rest of the season, though. These sort of tracks, the few that we've had, I struggled really. I changed some brakes. I think I mentioned it in the RS interview last week or the week before. And I've just been struggling with the brake again, so I might revert back to the old setup that I had. I just really lacked consistency tonight, so I feel very fortunate to get the places that I did.
Well,
What's the
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was going to ask him about.
Yeah, I was just going to ask because we've yet to see Michael so far this season. Is he coming back this season at all? Because I can't quite remember what he said at the back end of last season, whether he's coming back or not.
No, he's probably not going to for at least sort of 6 months or so. I would have thought he's just really busy, and I think he's up in London on Thursdays, and I think he's really busy on Monday, so he won't be coming back for some time. So it's just me flying the flag.
So
Okay.
next week we're going to Sonoma. What do you know?
Yeah.
Were you a Sonoma guy? You've run there before?
I like the track. I think last time I ran it was in an MX-5 when I first started iRacing. I did a couple of laps a few weeks ago just to get my eye in. Love the track, although I think it's going to be really difficult to overtake.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the track that's got that S's section going down the hill, right? Is that right?
You come over the start finish straight into a left-hander, which is uphill, over a right-hander at the crest, down the other side, left-hander over a rise, and as you come off it, it's a right-hander. So yeah, it's a lot of undulation. It's a fabulous track.
Yeah, it's up there.
I just think it's
in the wine. They call that the wine country in the United States.
Right.
That's our area where a lot of our wines are produced. Is in that area. It's really beautiful up there in real life. It's a gorgeous area.
Excellent, but so the only track I'm not so keen on is Nords. That'll just kill me, so I shall sit back with a cold beer and watch that one. I think
you're not going to run the Nords just because of the arm, or
yeah. I wouldn't even be close to being competitive at all. It's just too much.
That's just the kind of that track is so good. It's a nice ride through the countryside, if nothing else. I love that place.
Well, I could just sort of take a ride through the countryside and just poodle around, couldn't I? Just take a nice Sunday afternoon drive sort of thing. But no, it's not. It's a race that I don't do, and I won't be doing it this time. But the rest of the season, the tracks are absolutely superb. So really looking forward to that, Jim.
Yeah, it's going to be a great season this year with these guys. We got some new fast guys, man. It's going to be so good.
Yeah, we got some great drivers, really quick drivers. So it's going to be a whole heap of fun.
And we've got the pros and the AMs to be decided.
Yeah.
Now that we've done 2 rounds this season, so by the time we come back on air in 7 days' time, we'll know who will be in the pros and who will be in the AMs. I assume you'll be in the pros, Paul. Am I correct?
Yes, I will. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
He's trying to lobby to go back down, but they're not going to let him do it.
Well, considering I don't know how many are going to end up in the pros, Jim. This is the thing.
No, I mean, look. The thing is, there's a lot of good.
I'd say there's 10 drivers at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good pros and some good AMs, though. I mean, this is going to be so good. We've added some top quality drivers. Some guys that's got some speed and some guys that's got some good taste in liveries too, I might add.
Yeah. I look forward to watching the broadcast in a moment.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Anyone want to shout out to Paul before we let you go?
I think Daniel and Luke. Daniel was, I think it was race 1. He was relentless. He had great pace and he caught me pretty quick. And I think I just about held him off. And in the feature, Luke was all over me halfway through. I had to back off because the sun was shining so bright into that last chicane before the start finish straight. I just couldn't find my turning and my points and what have you. So he got a bit close, and then I had to sort of try and push really hard. But he kept the pressure up, so fair play to him. So shout out to Daniel and Luke.
Excellent. Paul, it's been fantastic talking to you. Well done on picking up your first win of the season. And
it was Daniel and Jack,
Jack,
sorry.
Yeah, it was Jack. Yeah. I was going to say, I didn't want to correct you, but I'm like, man, if Luke was putting it on you, we missed that.
Yeah. It's old age, Jim,
Yeah, well,
the old grey matches going,
believe
mate,
me, I do know. But I really know.
So Jack and Daniel.
Yeah, you and Jack had a nice race there. Y'all were pretty much, nose to tail for the last half of that race there. So, yeah, good job.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, buddy.
Well,
we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Yep.
Take care now. Bye-bye.
You'd say, Paul, thank you very much. I think he might have got mixed up with the liveries between Luke Maxwell and Jack Veazey, Jim. I think that's maybe what he was alluding to.
Yeah, no, he just probably just just got it confused because, but yeah, Jack gave him a good run there. That was we've been looking backwards through Paul's car here the whole time on the replay, and you can see Jack's just back there dogging him the whole time.
Okay. Well, Jim, it's been that sort of evening with all the carnage we've had. We've had 3 different race winners. John Hodgson coming out on top in race number 1. We had 2, or I'd say a new race winner in the Radical SR8 Championship in Daniel Beauchamp. He won out in the second race, and the third and final one is from the man we've just spoken to, Paul LeMay. It's been a fantastic evening of action. The next round will be at Sonoma Raceway on the long configuration, so you do not want to miss that. Do make sure you like and subscribe to the JP Broadcasting YouTube channel, and you will not miss a thing. You will be notified of all the latest that is being streamed. Jim, thank you for your company. It's been a pleasure having you on board again, and we look forward to more of that in 7 days' time at Sonoma Raceway in California, USA. I am Tom Cairns with Jim Cunningham, and we'll speak to you again soon when the Radical SR8 Championship returns.